I smelled the expensive perfume before I saw her. Vanilla, jasmine, arrogance. "Kick that homeless woman out," my sister snapped, her voice slicing through the jazz music. The guards hesitated, eyes flicking between me, standing in my own restaurant, and her, wrapped in diamonds that probably cost more than the car I used to sleep in. I didn't move. I wanted her to see my face, to remember it. Then she turned toward the golden plaque by the entrance, the one engraved with the owner's name. Her hand froze on the champagne glass, and that's when the smile fell from her lips. We were once inseparable, sisters who shared everything, dreams, secrets, even heartbreaks. I was the older one, the responsible one. She was the wild flame, always needing saving. When our parents died, I sold my jewelry to pay her college tuition. She promised we'd build something together someday. A restaurant, she said, her idea. But life had other plans. While I spent years cooking in back alleys and scrubbing floors in other people's kitchens, she found her shortcut. She married a man with deep pockets and a shallow soul. At first, she'd invite me to parties, sit me at the corner table, call me the helper. Then one day, she stopped calling altogether. Her silence was worse than her insults. It started with a letter, a notice that my last piece of property, the small cafe I'd built from scratch, was being taken over. Fraudulent signatures, missing funds, unpaid taxes I never owed. Her name appeared where mine should have been, signed in perfect loops. I went cold. She'd taken everything, every cent, every dream, every hour I'd ever worked. But I didn't cry. I cooked. Anger simmers differently when you've been betrayed by blood. It doesn't burn, it caramelizes. I disappeared. No social media, no calls, no messages. She told people I'd gone insane. Some believed her. For 2 years, I stayed silent, worked in another city under a false name, learned the business side of restaurants, investors, branding, franchising. I studied everything she never cared to understand. Every night, I wrote one word on the inside of my notebook: soon. When I had enough money and the right partners, I returned, quietly, and I bought the building where our parents' house once stood. It became Le Mirage, the finest restaurant in the city, elegant, exclusive, and mysterious. I made sure it became the kind of place she'd beg to be seen in. When her assistant called to book a venue for her $150,000 birthday party, I said yes immediately, under a different name, of course. She wanted everything gold. Gold plates, gold lights, gold cutlery. She even requested a 7-tier cake with edible glitter. Typical. I agreed to it all, smiled at her emails, signed her contracts. But I had one condition written in fine print: full prepayment, non-refundable. She paid. Every penny. My staff, loyal to the bone, was told to keep my identity secret. That was easy. I had changed. Shorter hair, a harder look in my eyes, confidence she'd never seen before. When the day arrived, I watched from the mezzanine. She entered, shining under chandeliers she unknowingly paid for, surrounded by people who adored her money more than her. She laughed, threw her arms wide, called herself the Queen. I waited until the moment she lifted her glass for the toast. That's when I walked out. Simple dress, clean apron, no jewelry. Her laughter stopped. "Kick that homeless woman out," she said again, louder this time. The guards didn't move. One of them nodded toward the plaque. Her eyes followed. And there it was. Le Mirage, owner, Nadia Khan. Her glass slipped, shattered. The crowd went silent. I stepped closer, every click of my heels deliberate. "Happy birthday, sister." Her face drained. You own this place?" I smiled. "With your money, actually. Thanks for the down payment." Whispers spread like fire. She looked around, desperate, her perfect world crumbling in front of her guests. "Security," she said weakly, "throw her out." The guard replied flatly, "Ma'am, she's the owner." Her lips trembled. "You planned this?" "Every moment," I said softly. "You stole my business once. I just took back what was mine, and a little extra." I leaned closer so only she could hear. "Your husband's investment portfolio? It's now tied to this restaurant. He'll find out where his money went tonight." Her eyes widened. That was the real gift, the truth. She left before the candles were blown. No goodbyes, no applause, just silence and the echo of heels on marble. I stood in the center of the room, the crowd still staring, and finally took a breath that felt years overdue. Revenge doesn't always need fire or fury. Sometimes it's served like dinner, slow, prepared with precision, and best enjoyed cold. I looked at the shattered glass on the floor and whispered, "Bon appetit, little sister." Then I walked back to my kitchen, where I belonged, where she could never touch me.